Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Undefeated. I'm your host, Bri Franklin, and we have a very short but sweet episode coming at you today for Undefeated. If you can hardly believe it, we are now just only a couple more episodes before we wrap up season one. I have so enjoyed getting to meet and hear stories from a range of guests across industries, experiences, walks of life, and so forth. And so today I'm going to be bringing onto our show someone who actually is in a space that we have not previously explored on Undefeated, and that is the sports industry. So to give you a little bit of a quick heads up on who is coming on to talk with me about success to setback, Lamarr Houston retired from the NFL in 2020. Shortly after he attended Red McCombs Business School in 2022, getting his MSTC degree, and since then, he co-founded Box Tech, which is the world's first completely contactless alcohol vending machine. This innovative solution aims to solve the labor shortage facing the hospitality, events, and stadium industries by allowing customers to easily purchase and dispense their own beverages with the touch of a button. So excited to have conversation today with Lamarr. Welcome to Undefeated.
Thank you for having me on, Bree. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to have this fireside chat with you.
Yes, yes. And we'll keep it short and brief because I know you mentioned you got to go. I know you've got a lot going on. So we'll just get right to it. If you could just kind of like wind things back a little bit. These are like your most recent highlights, but just sharing kind of your story, being in the league and then the adversities and setbacks that you experienced, and then, what your road to recovery and overcoming those challenges look like.
Awesome. Sure, not a problem. Well, for those who don't know, I played football at the University of Texas in undergrad, where I was one of 26 kids not from Texas. So I was from Colorado Springs. That was a challenge in itself. Being able to play in Texas is a pretty big accomplishment because everybody thinks football is made here. Um, which it is. So I graduated from University of Texas. We played a national championship game. Unfortunately, we lost that game to the University of Alabama. And then after that, I entered the draft. During the draft, I was supposed to be like a sixth-round draft pick. I worked very hard and earned my way to getting drafted at the top of the second round. Got drafted by the Raiders, played for the Raiders for 4 years. Played for the Bears. While I played for the Bears, I actually got injured twice with career-ending injuries. I tore both my ACLs. I tore my first ACL in 2014, came back 2015, had the best year of my career. I tore my ACL in 2017, came back in 2018, and finished the year with 5 sacks in like 4 games. So it was two tough injuries to come back from. People doubted that I'd ever be the same, and I came back even better than before. So that was very telling of my character and resilience that I have. So after that, I retired. When I was retiring, I wanted to do something that was, you know, fun and exhilarating and required you to study and go beyond what you see on the surface. And for me, that was venture capital. While I was playing, I befriended a mentor. His name is Richard Pivnaka. He's on the board of Angels in San Francisco, or the bands of 300 Angels, and he's also on the board of Notre Dame Angels. While I was playing, he would send me little synopses on companies and ask me to give my description on them, why I think they would work, why I think they wouldn't work. Most of them were based around recovery technology for sports, of course, since I had two injuries. I had not a lot of knowledge about recovering from surgery and physical therapy and all these different things. So he was curious about what I thought about them. And so when I retired, I was like, I don't want to do anything boring. I think that, franchising's played out. I think that flipping houses has zero margins. And so I got into venture capital.
Mm.
Angel investment group. We did a small portfolio, about 5 to 7 companies. Most of those companies are still alive. Um, we actually um, did an investment in a very big cleaning brand called Miracle Brands. It's sold in every Home Depot's, Lowe's, Ace Hardware Store, Walmart, that kind of thing. Um, and then right at the end of that, I was like, I want to see what it's like to be a founder. And I had connected with my co-founder, who's a very entrepreneurial spirit. Lauren Smee, she's our CEO of Box Tech. She was spitballing ideas about passive income, and vending machines were one of them. And then we went live with the idea of, truly self-serve truly self-serve age-restricted automation facilitation through vending machines. And so we designed and built the software, designed and built the hardware. It took us about 2, 3 years, and now we've debuted our final product this year after running a prototype PLC pilot last year, all 23. And now we have our first couple customers that we're going live with. We've been live with this month and next month, so we're very excited about it. But that's my story, and those are the setbacks I've had to overcome throughout my career, throughout my journey to where I am today, and that's that's where it is.
That's what's up. Well, thank you for sharing. I mean, you've managed to pack in like so many salient points in record time. Like usually these conversations, will go for 25, 30 minutes. But just, this truncated summary still was like very rich. I think there's some really prominent takeaways that, apply across respect, right? Like even if, folks watching may not be in the sports realm and they may not be nursing a physical injury, it's like, debt constraint is a metaphorical injury of sorts, right? And a lot of people, it's like they let it knock them down and then they just stay down. And then they're just like, well, this is just what I'm resigned to live my life dealing with, and there's no way out and there's no hope for me. And I really just want to encourage people to like listen to Lamarr's story and use that as a metaphor. It's like, as he was coming off of the double ACL tears, which is like brutal, it was like, okay, what new path can I take? How can I learn from this and learn forward, and move into a new vein? And like lo and behold, right, discovering the VC and the angel space, entrepreneurship, like you basically took the matters into your own hands and charted a new course for yourself. And so, just to leave folks with this, my synopsis, my briism for, hearing Lamarr share this really incredible story is, don't let yourself be your limiting factor. Like it's understandable if you need to take some time to recover, kind of own your emotions, own the sour place it might put you in, but don't let it keep you there, right? Ultimately, you want to keep moving forward. So just I thank you so much again, and hopefully we'll get to maybe do a part two and season two, where we can have like a more at length conversation, because I know that this one we had to work with your busy schedule ahead for the day. But I'm just so appreciative of you taking the time to be our guest and add your voice and your narrative to season one. And I'm excited to hear, folks' feedback as they get to dive into these episodes. So thank you so much again for joining us, Lamarr.
Yes, of course. Anytime, I would love to be back on Undefeated. I think the mission that you guys are aiming after with financial wellness is very important, especially for people of color, because we usually are the ones who are crippled by debt and aren't
Yes.
able to overcome that. And so, financial injury is debt, and there's always a way to heal yourself. And for me, I think that it's always been through the power of knowledge. So as long as you're seeking more knowledge and you're looking to grow and build yourself, there's always a way out of debt.
You got that right. There's always a path forward. It's just about taking the right corrective steps to make it happen. So I think that's a great note to end on. I'll let you go. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
everyone for tuning in, and we'll catch you back for our next to last episode.